So the problem that we're addressing in this video today is that you cannot screen share in Zoom or Teams at the same time that you are using your Apple TV. Because you are broadcasting and AirPlaying to the Apple TV, it won't allow you to broadcast or share your screen with anything else. So we've got a little solution I'm going to talk you through that hopefully will solve that problem for you. All right, so this solution includes using your teacher iPad and a student iPad. So what you're going to do is you're going to create the Zoom meeting or the Teams meeting from your personal teacher device. And then what you're going to do is you're going to join the Zoom meeting with your student device that you've been given to use as a presentation tool. So I'm going to go ahead and join on the student device. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do join meeting, and this is on the student device, and I'm going to type in the meeting ID and the password for this particular meeting. Okay, and now it is asking me to approve that my test iPad be added to the meeting, so I'm going to go ahead and approve that on my teacher iPad. I am going to choose call using internet audio. And I would suggest just as you get things started that you make sure that you are muted on both devices so that you don't get that feedback issue. But even if you get that feedback issue, you can immediately stop that by pressing the mute button. I'm going to go ahead and connect to the Apple TV. I'm going to connect the student iPad that I'm using to the Apple TV. So I'm going to do screen mirroring and choose my lab. Okay, and so now you can see the Zoom meeting, which is coming from my device, my teacher device that's down here. So I'm really just using the student iPad in order for the kids to see everything that I'm doing in class as well as online, so they can all see the same thing. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how, or what it looks like, I guess, whenever you screen share having the student iPad connected to the Apple TV. All right, so now for my teacher device, I'm going to do share content. And I'm going to share the whole screen, the very first choice there, screen. And then I'm going to start my broadcast. So once I start my broadcast, now up on the screen, you can see my screen. So now, for example, if I wanted to go to Safari and show a video, or YouTube and show a video, then I can press play on this. And as long as the iPad volume and the volume for my projector are turned up, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is the iPad that's connected to the Apple TV right now. So I'm going to make sure that it's turned up all the way so they can actually hear, and it is. And then I'm going to make sure that my sound is turned on for my projector in order for the sound to come through for the video. So the kids that are in the room with me can hear the video, but of course also the kids on Zoom at home can hear the video as well. Okay, so as you can see, everything that you're doing and everything that you're showing them, they can also see on the screen, because you're basically using the student iPad as another connection to the Apple TV so that you can show the things that you're doing up on the screen with the kids that are with you in person instead of them having to be on a Zoom meeting. Now, I will say, I know I just showed you the video so that you could see the audio works through your Apple TV. But really, I would say that it's probably better to watch videos asynchronously, because sometimes there will be a bit of a lag, and that won't be as much fun for your kids that are logged into your Zoom or your kids that are there with you in person if there's the video is kind of choppy. So just something to think about, I guess. I just wanted to show you that audio would also work, because I know that that's one of the questions you probably would have had. Hi, so some of the questions that had come up were the feedback issue as far as like using the student iPad and then also your teacher iPad at the same time. It's gonna be a little bit of a dance between which things are muted and which things are unmuted. I would say that you could mute the microphone on the student iPad because there's probably not a reason that you would be using that. All you're really using is the audio output. So whatever sound is coming from the Zoom meeting, for example, when you're sharing your screen and you're playing a video, like I just showed you, then obviously you would want the microphone muted because you don't want any sound to come through on this iPad going through your projection system. Another thing is whenever you're talking and you're teaching on the Zoom on your teacher iPad, you obviously aren't going to want to mute yourself there. You're going to want to keep that unmuted. If you go to share your screen, I don't know if you know this about Zoom, but you do have to select your audio settings before you go into screen share. So you might want to mute yourself so that all they hear coming through the projection system and on the Zoom is the video. Or you might want to talk through the video because you're using it as, a teaching point. And so you would unmute yourself before you go to share your screen. But just remember that everything in the room is everything that's going to be heard as well in addition to the video. So just a couple things to think about. Also, if you hear your voice echoing, like let's say you're talking in the meeting and you hear it echoing through the student device that's connected to your Apple TV, then all you need to do is turn the volume down on the actual student iPad that you're using as a presentation tool. So think of this as like your presentation tool. You're using this to get what's in the Zoom meeting onto your screen in your room so that your kids in your room don't have to join a Zoom meeting and they don't have to worry about all the issues that would come along with that. They could just focus on what you're teaching on the screen, and so could the kids that are learning virtually. So I hope that you like this solution, and I hope that I can help you with it.